In a world dominated by algorithms, there's one behemoth that knows your every move. But the Goliath of Silicon Valley now stands in the courtroom facing a challenge unlike any other. Is Google the digital dictator of our age? Or are they a misunderstood guardian of the internet's vast universe? As millions watch with bated breath, a one court case might just define the internet as we know. It's a court battle for the ages. The US government in one corner, Google in the other. Google says they have the best search engine out there. The US government says Google used illegal business practices like paying Apple to be the only search engine featured to crush the competition. And how this plays out could change how we experience the internet forever. And this isn't like a regular trial that's decided by a jury. It's decided by one judge that was appointed by Barack Obama himself back in 2014. We'll talk more about the court case itself here in a minute. But to understand this digital showdown, we must journey back to a time when the internet was a nascent whisper of the modern behemoth it's become. Enter a young startup named Google. Born in the digital age of Silicon Valley, it promised to organize the world's information. But as years turned to decades, the little search engine that could transform. From a single search bar to a sprawling digital empire, Google's tentacles spread far and wide. But with great power comes great scrutiny. As the world begins to revolve around screens, the lines between convenience and control begin to blur a little bit. Questions arose. Was Google a monopoly crushing all competition in its path, or was it merely a product of its own unmatched innovation and excellence? Then in 2020, the United States Justice Department threw down the gauntlet. Now, in September 2023, the court case is finally kicking off. The world watches as the future of the digital realm hangs in the balance. Google, with its staggering 1.7 trillion market cap, almost as much as the entire GDP of the country of Canada, doesn't just inhabit the digital space, it commands it. 90%. That's 9 out of every 10 searches in the US. A dominance unparalleled. But is this colossal presence a result of a Machiavellian strategy or simply a testament to its superior products? Google's stance is clear. They crush the competition because they have the best product out there, and they're putting all their resources behind a legal team to fight the government. But in a world where dominance can easily be viewed as a monopoly, the lines are often blurred. Is it fair to be punished simply for being the best? This isn't the first time the government tried to take down a tech giant. Microsoft, the tech titan of its era, was thrust into the legal limelight in the late 90s. At its core, allegations that Microsoft was playing dirty, bundling products, and suffocating competitors. The gavel fell and Microsoft faced the music. They had a monopoly, but after years of appeals, they managed to survive and weren't broken up as the government wanted. Fast forward to now, a similar tune resonates, but the stage has changed. The parallels are uncanny. Once again, a tech titan is in the dock, but this time, it's Google. As history seems to echo itself, one can't help but wonder, will Google escape disaster like Microsoft, or will the government have their way with them? The crux of the government case hinges on one thing: Google's exclusive partnerships. Lucrative deals inked with tech giants like Samsung and Apple that have shaped the way we surf the web. From the phones in our hands to the browsers we trust, Google has ensured its seat at its table, all for a hefty price. At least, that's what the Justice Department says. But in this game of digital thrones, not all players stand on even ground. Smaller search engine rivals like DuckDuckGo and Brave find themselves edged out, gasping for a share of the spotlight while behemoths cast long shadows. The question remains, though, is this a clear playing field or the dice loaded in favor of the dominant player? Unlike its colossal competitor, Google, DuckDuckGo's mantra revives around one simple principle: privacy first. In an age where every click feels watched and analyzed, DuckDuckGo offers a bit of a respite. Yet the path isn't easy. Their quest to offer a genuine alternative is marred by challenges. Overshadowed by Google, they think they can contend with the digital Goliath that they claim makes accessing a sanctuary a question of itself. In this epic showdown, can the underdog find its way in the sun? I guess we'll see. Now, back to the trial itself that we were talking about earlier. At the heart of it, Google's meteoric rise from Silicon Valley fledgling to a digital titan. The world will be watching as the tale of Google's dominance unfurls, chapter by captivating chapter. And what's a trial without its star-studded lineup? Google's captain at the helm, CEO Sundar Pichai, is expected to take the stand. His insights, his vision under the microscope. But it's not just a Google story. Key players from the tech's elite circle, like Apple's Tim Cook, could also join the fray. In this Coliseum of justice, testimonies will be given, secrets unveiled, and futures determined. Will this be a mere courtroom or the theater of the decade? Remember the judge I mentioned earlier? Enter Judge Amit Mehta, a beacon of jurisprudence handpicked for the bench by none other than President Barack Obama himself back in 2014. And this isn't your typical courtroom drama. The trial won't be swayed by a jury's emotions or perceptions. This is what's known as a bench trial. Every argument, every shred of evidence scrutinized under the discerning gaze of Judge Mehta. 3 months. At the projected timeline, quarter of a year where the digital realm awaits its fate. And as the sands of time trickle, the stakes couldn't be higher, from weighty fines to the seismic possibility of reshaping Google's very core and changing the way the internet looks for everybody. As this epic legal saga draws to the climax, the horizon of the digital realm is tinted with anticipation. From the bustling streets of New York to the serene countryside of Kyoto, this trial's outcome stands to echo in every corner of our connected world. What's at stake isn't just one company's fate, but the very trajectory of the tech titans that shape our daily lives. And for us, the everyday citizens, this could redefine our experience on the World Wide Web. Seamless and open, or fragmented and restricted. This trial, with its monumental implications, places us at a digital crossroads. Do we journey down familiar paths or venture into uncharted territories? Only time will unveil the legacy of this courtroom drama, but one thing is certain: the internet, as we know it, stands on the precipice of change. What do you think? Is Google in the right here? Do they have the best product, and is the government just overreaching? Or does Google have too much power and the government is simply trying to rein them in? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you like this video and subscribe for more financial content.